What's up, y'all? Welcome back. So recently someone just sent me this new band. Well, I don't know if they're new, but they're new to me. I'd never heard of them. It's called Hermanos Gutiérrez. And I'm probably saying that wrong. Actually, I know I'm saying it wrong. But I watched it for about a minute, and it was really, really cool. And I knew right away that this would be a really cool video to share with y'all. There's a lot of cool things about it. Let's just jump right in and watch it together. And I'll show you some of the things that I think are cool about it. So here we go. Such a cool vibe to it. I love E minor. Again, E minor. Now let's change to the G. There's so much cool vibe to this. A lot of the cool sound to it, in my opinion, I think, is that tape echo and that tape reverb sound that they have, where when you have that cool click where it kind of extends outwards. Now, as soon as I saw this video, I grabbed my, I noticed they have a Gretsch that they're playing. At least one of them's playing a Gretsch. And I don't have a Gretsch guitar, but I have one that's really similar. I have a Gibson Chet Atkins. And I kind of set it up real quick, you know, and we'll tweak it as we go on the video, but here, that kind of, this sound, that's that tape echo sound. It's just the reverb setting though. And I'll show you a little bit about how we can get that sound a little bit later, but some of the really cool things in here is, you know, it's just two players. There's no drums or anything, but it grooves so hard because he's doing that slap every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's in 6/8. It's just a really cool vibe. Let's keep watching. Very simple stuff. There's an A chord. Because here's a new part. So this is a really cool progression. Basically, it's kind of, they're jamming on this E minor groove where he's doing something that's kind of like, he has this, he's hitting this. So it's just kind of holding this E minor, and then the bass, you can hear that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Then they had changed the G, and then he does that for a bar, and then he goes up to this A. And it has that really cool, you know, that cool tape echo slap kind of sound. It gives it that real cool spacey vibe. It's so cool. Maybe I'll just show you kind of real quick how we kind of do that. So watching his hand, you know, the right hand, it's kind of this motion back and forth between the G and the D strings. He's kind of always doing that, but he's really accenting it on like. Right? So he's kind of having that kind of click there. And then the other guy, he's got this really cool kind of lead sound, which is, it's almost the same sound, you know, real kind of heavy reverb and stuff, but he's also got this, he's got this vibrato chorus setting, which I kind of already set up something similar like this. This is normal, and there's that vibrato. They're both finger picking, but the kind of lead player, I guess, he's playing, the guy with this vibrato sound, he's playing almost exclusively triads. Triads are those 3-note chord voicings that everybody should know. And one of the reasons why you should know it is just because if you're jamming with somebody else, it's the easiest thing to just, if you know what the chord progression is just to play like the same chords in like triads up the neck. It's like it's the same notes. They're just the notes are in a different order and then they're higher up the neck. So a little bit more energy and it just, it's a great mix. All right, let's keep watching, see if we can get some more stuff. Now doing the G triad, that was just E minor, now G. Triads, just kind of picking a pattern with the right hand. G triad, A triad, back to that E minor. This is the other section of the song. It's kind of similar to that section where it's that is very similar to kind of like a minor style blues where you're going to go up to the flat 6th chord, which in this case is kind of like in the key of E minor. It'd be a C to a B7 back to E minor, right? We've heard that sound a million times. Now, if you're playing this and you're trying to do kind of like a loop type setting thing, what I would do is, have your guitar set up, where you have a multiple, 2 different switches here. You got the rhythm guitar part. Right? And then you can have the lead part, which is a little bit brighter so that'll stand out. And, I found that even on having this vibrato setting like this sounds even cool on the rhythm guitar part. Okay, and I'm probably not slapping hard enough. You got to slap it, kind of get that real bright echo, right? Remember how to do that. This is something that I call the all down slap, or the all down technique, which you can learn about in my percussion course. But it's just basically where you take the hand down and you're muting all the strings at once. It's not like our modern slap where we're just hitting one string. This is where you can mute all the strings. It's really the most simple percussion type thing that you can do on any kind of guitar. So fun. I love the vibe on this. Let's keep watching. Right now they're doing kind of a build-up. Both finger picking. It sounds like the lead guy's kind of doing a little bit of just a little bit of palm mute. Otherwise, they ring out too much. It's just a tiny bit of palm mute. Remember, I'm kind of just taking the palm here. On the higher strings, it's a little bit harder. You got to kind of angle your hand a little bit differently to get that. But the more you kind of mute it or choke out the notes, the less of that vibrato you hear. Now, actually, I'm actually running everything through a MXR Univibe, where I'm just using the vibrato setting also. But you can almost kind of just barely hear it. That's what it sounds like. You can hear it wobble a little bit, but it's not. I just wanted a subtle bit for the just to have something on there, and then something extra. I'm hitting a switch over here on my MIDI keyboard that's triggering the heavy vibrato sound. It's triggering the heavy vibrato sound inside the computer. Anyways, let's just keep watching.
Then turn around again. C, B7. Here he's playing very simple, the lead guy. Just kind of playing a simple line. That slow lead thing, I'm kind of playing along there because I can follow his hand. He's playing, you know, he's kind of playing these notes, which you can kind of think of like, hey, minor pentatonic. But he wants to, he's keeping it really chill vibe. He's not like trying to play a lot of notes. He's also, when the chords change, he's making sure that he hits a chord tone from each of the chords that come up. So like for when he's, the other guy's playing he's playing, which is from E minor. That's the note B. Okay, so then when he plays the G, he's going over here and he's playing this G note. And then also the note B, which is also a note from the G chord. And then from the A, he's kind of looking at this triad. You can actually see him forcing his hand in this bar chord position. And that's, you know, any of these notes are going to sound cool. So again, you know, triads, right? It really helps out a lot when you're trying to figure out what notes are going to sound good. Let's keep watching. It's A. Nice. They're going to play a whole set here. We're not going to watch the whole thing.
Hermanos Gutiérrez, live on KEXP.
Cool. But if you like this, you know, definitely check out the rest of their stuff. I haven't even watched the rest of it yet. I'm going to watch it right now. But I really thought this was cool, and I'm glad that whoever shared this with me, thanks for sharing it. I think this is a cool video. Let's talk a little bit about the settings on the amp and stuff. So, I mean, so just to kind of walk you through the settings, you know, one more time. Basically, it's just, you know, I've got a classic style amp on there on a very clean setting. What I'm using is something called Guitar Rig 7 in my computer. It's just a amp modeling software. Inside that, there's a amp that's called the Chicago amp, and it's just basically a generic 50s style boutique amp. There's nothing special about it. It's just a standard classic style amp. After that, you know, I've got that space echo going. This one up here, you can see it. And you can find this style tape echo all over the place. And any of your computer stuff, just look for something that's called tape echo. They all have that type of sound. And I'm just using the reverb setting, not any echo at all. There's no delay or echo. It's just the reverb part. And then past that is the chorus vibrato. That's the only other thing on there. It's just chorus vibrato. And we already talked about kind of, it has that wobbly type sound. Here's without. And then that is actually running through a tiny bit of this univibe, which without that, this is just with no vibrato at all. If you guys know more about this band, you know, put some information in the comments for people to read. I think people like to see that. And if you have, you know, and I love getting suggestions like this. So if there's cool songs that y'all like that you want me to review, just send them over. Just put it in the comments in this video, or you can send me an email. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. I'll see you in the next one.